Qualified অর্থ যোগ্য গুণসম্পন্ন meeting the proper standards and requirements for a task.
Qualified means something depends on another action occurring. If your friend receives a qualified offer on her house, that means something else has to happen, like a bank approving the loan, before it's sold.
Qualified is an adjective with multiple meanings. Employers seek the most qualified applicants, meaning those who have the most experience and relevant training. Being qualified might also mean you have paperwork that shows you had certain training or meet certain standards.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Quality is related to standard. So, qualified is meeting that standard.
Qualified অর্থ যোগ্য গুণসম্পন্ন meeting the proper standards and requirements for a task. Quibble অর্থ অপ্রাসঙ্গিক আপত্তি উত্থাপন করে একটি বিষয়ের সত্যতাকে এড়িয়ে যাওয়া. Evade the truth of a point by raising irrelevant objections.
A quibble is a small argument or fight. As a verb, it means to pick a mini fight over something that doesn't really matter. Let's not quibble over price, people will say, usually when they plan to gouge you.
It's better to watch figure skating with the sound off, rather than listening to the announcers quibble over a not fully rotated knee or the slightly diminished altitude of a jump. Sometimes a quibble between neighbors over 2 feet of property can escalate into a major feud.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Quibble equals ka plus blee, change ko with y and blee y. Think someone is arguing over the bill of restaurant where the tipok is silly.
Quibble অর্থ অপ্রাসঙ্গিক আপত্তি উত্থাপন করে একটি বিষয়ের সত্যতাকে এড়িয়ে যাওয়া. Evade the truth of a point by raising irrelevant objections. Quiescent অর্থ শান্ত নিশ্চল at rest, dormant, temporarily inactive.
The adjective quiescent means being quiet and still, like the quiescent moments lying in a hammock on a beautiful summer Sunday.
To be quiescent, pronounced qwhyscent, is to be quiet, resting, which is exactly follow its Latin origin. Quiescence means quiet. It has a second meaning, causing no symptoms. If a disease is quiescent, you probably won't know you have it.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Quies, quite, plus cent. Leave the second part. So, someone who is quiet for a period of time is quiescent. Quiescent equals quiet plus descent.
Quiescent অর্থ শান্ত নিশ্চল at rest, dormant, temporarily inactive. Rarefied অর্থ উচ্চ নৈতিক বা বুদ্ধিবৃত্তিক মূল্যের of high moral or intellectual value.
Use the adjective rarefied to describe things that are so stylish, smart, or moral that they seem elevated above the ordinary, like the rarefied conversation of brilliant scholars.
To correctly pronounce rarefied, accent the first syllable, rarefied. In addition to high-minded conversation, the word rarefied can also describe the air in high elevations that has less oxygen, like the rarefied air that can be challenging to mountain climbers.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Rarefied is a past tense of rarefy. And rarefy equals rare plus fy, to make. So, to make something rare or less dense is rarefied.
Rarefied অর্থ উচ্চ নৈতিক বা বুদ্ধিবৃত্তিক মূল্যের of high moral or intellectual value. Recalcitrant অর্থ কর্তৃত্ব প্রতিরোধে দৃঢ় প্রতিজ্ঞ, নিয়ম শৃঙ্খলা মানতে চায় না এমন, অবাধ্য. Obstinately stubborn, determined to resist authority, unruly.
If someone is so pig-headed that he won't budge on an issue, call him recalcitrant. Not that it will make a difference.
Recalcitrant is from Latin calcitrare, meaning to kick, so someone who is recalcitrant is kicking back against what's wanted of them. Synonyms are unruly, intractable, and refractory, all referring to what is difficult to manage or control.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Recalcitrant equals recall, plus CIT, cite, plus rent. Need recall to please the minister over telephone to get the cite and rent as he is stubborn in any matter wants proper clarification.
Recalcitrant অর্থ কর্তৃত্ব প্রতিরোধে দৃঢ় প্রতিজ্ঞ, নিয়ম শৃঙ্খলা মানতে চায় না এমন, অবাধ্য. Obstinately stubborn, determined to resist authority, unruly. Recant অর্থ প্রত্যাহার করা, খোলাখুলি ভুল স্বীকার করুন. Disclaim or disavow, retract a previous statement, openly confess error.
If you're someone who speaks before you think, you may need to recant, or take back, that overly honest assessment of your friend's new haircut.
Recant comes from two Latin roots, the prefix re-, meaning back, and the verb cantere, meaning to sing. It has been suggested that recant was first used when someone reversed a charm, curse, or some other type of magical spell that would have been chanted or sung.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. RE, again, plus can't, cannot, equals I have told you this again and again. It cannot be done. It has been rejected.
Recant অর্থ প্রত্যাহার করা, খোলাখুলি ভুল স্বীকার করুন. Disclaim or disavow, retract a previous statement, openly confess error. Recluse অর্থ যিনি একাকী জীবনযাপন করেন. Hermit, loner, one who lives in solitude.
A recluse lives alone, works alone, eats alone, and generally stays away from other people. Antisocial old hermits are recluses, as are a lot of students during exam time.
In the early 13th century, a recluse was a person who shut out the world to go meditate on religious issues. But nowadays recluses can think about whatever they want while they are sitting in solitude. They are simply people who shy away from social interaction and live secluded lives.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Read plus close equals recluse. Read lose is lose, if you lose in any game you'd like to live alone.
Recluse অর্থ যিনি একাকী জীবনযাপন করেন. Hermit, loner, one who lives in solitude. Recondite অর্থ গূঢ়, গুপ্ত, গভীর, দুর্বোধ্য. Abstruse, difficult to understand.
It's rather difficult to penetrate the meaning of recondite. Fitting, because it's an adjective that basically means hard for the average mind to understand.
In the same family as abstruse, esoteric, and totally deep, man, recondite is a very serious word that you could use to describe obscure philosophy books, high-level mathematical theory, and the series finale of The Sopranos, you know, things that make your brain hurt.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Recondite should remind you of reconduct. When you don't understand something at first attempt, you need to conduct again. That means that thing is complicated to understand or recondite.
Recondite অর্থ গূঢ়, গুপ্ত, গভীর, দুর্বোধ্য. Abstruse, difficult to understand. Refractory অর্থ কর্তৃত্ব বা নিয়ন্ত্রণ প্রতিরোধী, একগুঁয়ে, অবাধ্য. Stubborn, unmanageable, resistant to authority or control.
Imagine yourself pulling a dog who doesn't want to walk. The dog is refractory, or stubbornly resisting your authority.
The word refractory comes from a Latin word meaning obstinate and can also be used to mean not responsive to something. If you have a cold you can't shake, you could say you have a refractory cough. The word can also be used to describe a material that maintains its strength at very high heats.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Refractory equals factor, who always factors the law into piece, means don't follow the law. Or, remember refract from refractory. One who doesn't refract or bend at all, meaning stubborn.
Refractory অর্থ কর্তৃত্ব বা নিয়ন্ত্রণ প্রতিরোধী, একগুলে, অবাধ্য. Stubborn, unmanageable, resistant to authority or control. Refute অর্থ যুক্তি বা প্রমাণ দ্বারা উৎখাত করা. Disprove, overthrow by argument, evidence, or proof.
The verb refute is to prove that something is wrong. When the kids you're babysitting swear they brushed their teeth, you can refute their claim by presenting the dry toothbrushes.
Evidence and arguments are used to refute something. So are facts. For example, if children who eat chocolate before going to bed go straight to sleep, that refutes the idea that sugar keeps them up. Refute comes from the Latin refuter for, to check, suppress.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Refute rhymes with refuse when you disapprove of something, or if something is false or incorrect. You refute it or disapprove. Refute sounds like again fuse, i.e. again false.
Refute অর্থ যুক্তি বা প্রমাণ দ্বারা উৎখাত করা. Disprove, overthrow by argument, evidence, or proof. Relegate অর্থ নির্বাসিত করা, বহিষ্কার করা, ন্যস্ত করা, নিম্ন পদে সরানো. To a lower position, delegate, assign to a lower position.
If the quarterback of the football team stops making decent throws, he might be relegated to the position of bench warmer.
Relegate rhymes with delegate. Both words derive from the Latin legate, to send. Relegate means to send someone down in rank. Delegate means to send someone in your place to complete a task. In the workplace, managers who can't figure out how to delegate may get relegated to a lesser rank.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Relegate equals re plus leg plus gate equals reposition, re-leg, to lower room, gate equals to be downgraded.
Relegate অর্থ নির্বাসিত করা, বহিষ্কার করা, ন্যস্ত করা, নিম্ন পদে সরানো. To a lower position, delegate, assign to a lower position. Reproach অর্থ আপত্তি করা বা নিন্দা করা বা মানহানি. Express disapproval or disappointment, express criticism towards.
Reproach means to mildly criticize. If you show poor manners at your grandmother's dinner table, she will reproach you.
The verb reproach means to express disapproval or criticism. As a noun it means blame or criticism. If you are beyond reproach, that means no one could find anything to criticize you. As a noun, reproach can also be shame. If you are caught lying, it is a reproach that might bother you for a while.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Reproach can be learnt by breaking it up into reapproach. From this we can have an idea that whenever we find a fault with something or someone, our first reaction is to blame that person or situation or thing.
Reproach অর্থ আপত্তি করা বা নিন্দা করা বা মানহানি. Express disapproval or disappointment, express criticism towards. Reprobate অর্থ দুশ্চরিত্র ব্যক্তি, হীন ব্যক্তি, নৈতিক সংশয়হীন ব্যক্তি. person hardened in sin, devoid of a sense of decency, a person without moral scruples.
There's no way around it, a reprobate is a bad egg. The black sheep of the family, missing a moral compass, a reprobate's been called everything from a deviant to an evildoer to a scoundrel.
Reprobates were once considered rejected by God. Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, a reprobate was a popular literary character, sometimes amusing, as noted in Henry James' Daisy Miller. What a clever little reprobate she was, and how smartly she played an injured innocence.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Reprobate equals rep, repeatedly, plus rob plus 8. A person who again and again robs other people's food and eats it up has no moral values.
Reprobate অর্থ দুশ্চরিত্র ব্যক্তি, হীন ব্যক্তি, নৈতিক সংশয়হীন ব্যক্তি. Person hardened in sin, devoid of a sense of decency, a person without moral scruples. Repudiate অর্থ স্বীকার করতে, অনুমোদন করতে বা বৈধ হিসাবে স্বীকৃতি দিতে অস্বীকার করা. Disavow, refuse to acknowledge, ratify, or recognize as valid.
To repudiate something is to reject it, or to refuse to accept or support it. If you grow up religious, but repudiate all organized religion as an adult, you might start spending holidays at the movies, or just going to work.
This verb usually refers to rejecting something that has authority, such as a legal contract, doctrine, or claim. In connection with debts or other obligations, repudiate is used in a specialized sense, to refuse to recognize or pay.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Repud, think refused, plus IATE, think I had enough, refuse to take or acknowledge anymore.
Repudiate অর্থ স্বীকার করতে, অনুমোদন করতে বা বৈধ হিসাবে স্বীকৃতি দিতে অস্বীকার করা. Disavow, refuse to acknowledge, ratify, or recognize as valid. Rescind অর্থ আনুষ্ঠানিকভাবে বাতিল. Cancel officially.
If you get a call saying a company has decided to rescind your job offer, it's back to the classifieds for you. Rescind means to cancel or revoke.
Things that are rescinded: policies, court decisions, regulations, and official statements. What all these examples have in common is that they are on the record. Also, rescind usually refers to promises instead of tangible objects.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Rescind reminds us of resign, where resign is to cancel your appointment and rescind is to cancel an agreement. Rescind sounds like rescind. So you cancel and an official doc and rescind for correction.
Rescind অর্থ আনুষ্ঠানিকভাবে বাতিল. Cancel officially. Resolution অর্থ কিছু করার বা নির্দিষ্ট পদ্ধতিতে আচরণ করার সিদ্ধান্ত. Determination, a decision to do something or to behave in a certain manner.
The noun resolution has a few related meanings having to do with being firmly determined about something. If you lack determination, you'll never fulfill your New Year's resolutions. Resolution is the noun form of the verb resolve, derived from the Latin resolvere, to loosen, undo, settle. We can still see this meaning of resolution in the sense of an explanation, or a solution. When a problem, conflict, or mystery reaches its resolution, it has been undone, so to speak.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Resolution equals re plus solution. Find a solution and determine to get back in shape.
Resolution অর্থ কিছু করার বা নির্দিষ্ট পদ্ধতিতে আচরণ করার সিদ্ধান্ত. Determination, a decision to do something or to behave in a certain manner. Resolve অর্থ কোনো সমস্যা বা প্রশ্নের সমাধান খুঁজে বের করা। Find a solution or answer.
To resolve is to settle or make a decision about something, often formal. A college's board of directors might resolve to recruit more minority students. As a noun, resolve refers to a strong determination to do something. If you make a New Year's resolution to exercise every day, you'll need plenty of resolve to stick with your program. The verb descends from Middle English resolven, to dissolve, from Latin resolvere, to untie. In English, the obsolete sense of to dissolve.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Resolve equals re plus solve. Re is again and solve is solution. So, resolve is finding a solution to solve any problem or question.
Resolve অর্থ কোনো সমস্যা বা প্রশ্নের সমাধান খুঁজে বের করা। Find a solution or answer. Reticent অর্থ নিজের প্রতি দৃষ্টি আকর্ষণ করতে অনিচ্ছুক। Reserved, uncommunicative, inclined to silence.
Reticent means either quiet or restrained. If you're reticent about your feelings, you like to keep them to yourself, and you're probably quiet in rowdy groups where everyone is talking over each other. The original meaning of reticent describes someone who doesn't like to talk. Be careful in your context, however. Reticent can refer to someone who is restrained and formal, but it can also refer to someone who doesn't want to draw attention to herself or who prefers seclusion to other people.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Reticent rhymes with silent. Imagine a silent patient in a hospital who is shy about sharing her pain with others. She retains everything silently.
Reticent অর্থ নিজের প্রতি দৃষ্টি আকর্ষণ করতে অনিচ্ছুক। Reserved, uncommunicative, inclined to silence. Reverent অর্থ গভীর শ্রদ্ধা বা শ্রদ্ধা অনুভব করা বা দেখানো। Feeling or showing profound respect or veneration.
When you have great awe and respect for someone or something, and you show it by respectfully worshipping that person, thing, deity, or musical group, you are being reverent. Originally, the word reverent was used only in religious contexts, but now it works when people are just acting like they're in a religious setting. People are occasionally reverent in regard to antique cars, supermodels, spelling bee champions and giant TV screens.
Memory aid to help you memorize this. Reverent, divide as river end. We bath in the river end as a part of worship. Or, reverend sounds like reverend, priest. Now think of the feeling most people feel towards reverend.
Reverent অর্থ গভীর শ্রদ্ধা বা শ্রদ্ধা অনুভব করা বা দেখানো। Feeling or showing profound respect or veneration.